Hey, so before this video gets started, I want to say a few things. Number one, thank you all so much for all of your questions. They've been delightful to read and work on responses for. It's genuinely been so fun to work on this, so thank you guys very much for that. Number two, this audio will be featuring the Earth Giant, Curious Naga, Short Roomie, Gentle Friend, Loving Harpy, and the Mean Tiny all together, because I didn't get that many questions that were specifically for them, which I had expected. But that being said, in case you were looking for any other characters, they won't be in this specific audio. They will either have their own dedicated audio, or if there's a character that you haven't seen get asked questions yet, chances are they're not going to have one that's going to appear on this channel. So, the other characters either were Patreon characters, which are going to go up for free over on Patreon, or they just didn't get asked questions. So, finally, point number three, because this audio does feature so many characters, in the spirit of keeping things from getting too out of hand, I am going to be skipping over some of the more generalized questions that were asked to the cast. The ones I'm skipping are mostly just questions that I feel like would have redundant or kind of boring answers, particularly ones that would just lead to, like, I don't know what that is. So, of course, I have left all the personal questions in, so do not fear there. But I wanted to get that out of the way first, in case anyone wonders why a certain question of theirs was skipped over, why some people have fewer questions than others, etc. So yeah. Now, I did miss two questions in the previous Q&As that had been asked to Clement and Shaudrey from a lovely individual known as Kieran. So thank you for pointing that one out. Kieran, I really do appreciate you letting me know. And lucky for me, I happen to know where those two actually both are currently. So, hey you two, you doing okay? Hey, bud.
I'm doing all right over here, Sauce.
So, I missed a few questions last time I came to y'all, and I figured I'd just ask them really quickly and let you guys be on your way. I know you two are doing some kind of magic something. What is going on here, actually?
Don't worry about it. No, it's all right. I've been feeling a bit odd as of recent, and Shaudrey here offered to run a few tests to see if it was anything biological or arcane.
Okay. Well, good to know.
But please, your questions.
Right, okay. So, for you, Clement, Kieran asks, since it seems humans frequently find themselves inside your mouth, I have some questions about it. Does it feel good to have someone small on your tongue? Do you let them explore at their own pace, or do you take control and move them around yourself? So, here you go.
Well,
I mean, you've let me explore you a few times. Get some measurements, take some tests, do little magic stuff here and there, all that.
that is true, and I do generally like to be as hands-off as possible. I like to let my little friends explore at their own pace. If they need help or are feeling nervous or uncertain, I might gently guide them to offer assurance that I'm still with them and won't cause them harm. But I certainly don't want to rush them or anything.
And how's them on your tongue feel?
Well, I suppose it feels very nice. It's a pleasant feeling, having someone's presence on your tongue, getting to enjoy their weight, their taste. It's nice.
All right. I see. Well, thank you for your answer, Clement.
And for you, Shaudrey, Kieran asks, I'm dying to know how things went after the failed date at the shop.
Oh boy.
Did your date wind up taking a liking for being small? Did you two become friends afterwards? Oh boy. Okay, so I wouldn't say that friends is the best word for it. We're like acquaintances. Okay. Well, okay, so the whole thing got started after I went on this date with this individual who wanted to date me because I'm a mage, and that means free magic, so people think. And so, yeah, I used some free magic to, do a little trolling. And I shrank the guy. And after that ordeal, we kind of made up. Apologies were said on both sides. And yeah, we're on good terms now, but we're not like hanging out regularly. My work, keeps me busy, so fair enough. All right, well, thank you for answering, both of you. I do appreciate it. And thank you, Kieran, for your questions. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate the interest. As do I. All right. Well, I'll let you to get back to this. I gotta go find a hole in the ground in any case, so I will see you guys later. Okay, let's see. I think we're all set up. Everything's recording. Okay. So, I've made my way out to a certain cave of a certain earth giant. I've been doing a lot of walking today, but do not worry, it wasn't too hard to find. And plus, I think after this, everyone else can just come into the studio and record their Q&As there, so.
I am sorry for having made you come out all this way, Sauce, but I am sort of rooted in this spot.
No, it's okay, it's okay. If I really wanted to, I could have just written up a reason why you were suddenly human-sized, drink a potion or something, got hit with a shrink ray or whatever, and you could just come into the studio. But I think the cave's a better recording spot anyways, so.
I'm not sure I followed that, but okay.
The main point is, here, just talk into the general direction of the mic,
Okay.
and you can read the questions that I'm projecting onto the wall, okay? And if you need me to adjust the projector, just let me know.
Alright. Well, I guess let's see here. Ooh, it's quite a few questions. They're all for me. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm flattered. Let's see then. The first question is from Jeb, who asks, would you ever consider Heart of War? Well, I suppose I could. It's not usually required, though. I am a giant, even compared to some giants. So, chewing is more out of preference than necessity. But thank you for your question. Next is Mobius, who asks, have you ever had to eat somebody who hated getting eaten? Oh, plenty of times. Usually I eat people when they come to disturb me, or when they come to get rid of me, which is really too bad, since I mostly stay down here and out of everyone's ways. But I suppose you can't win them all, so whenever someone comes in to cause trouble, a few hours or days or so on in my belly will usually straighten them out. Thank you for your question. Next is Foil asks, what is your favorite species of animal? Oh dear, it's been a while since I've really seen most animals. I suppose I'll go with worms. I do like worms. Thank you for your question. Let's see. Kate asks, how would you spend your most perfect day? How would I spend my most perfect day? I think probably having a nice big meal, settling in all snug and warm, taking a nice big nap, maybe with a little friend or two to snuggle up with. Thank you for your question. Next is Trace asks, what are your cute nicknames for tiny friends? Oh dear. I don't really have friends that visit me very often, little one. Maybe you little cuties can help me change that. And we can figure out some names to go with you. Thank you for your question. Next, Sophie asks, how many prey could you eat if you were hungry? Well, let me think. If I really wanted to fill my belly with cute little humans and other little people like them, I imagine I could probably make a small village disappear off the map. It's probably a lucky thing I don't get a taste for humans all too often, huh? Thank you for your question. And Sophie also asks, how are you doing? Are you okay? Oh, I'm alright. Just a bit sleepy, but a bit restless. I might need to adjust myself a bit down here. Maybe expand my living space a bit. And thank you for your other question. Next, Rio asks, have you ever disturbed anyone with your snoring? Oh, plenty of times, unfortunately. I think that's usually why people come in to bother me. Not because I'm in the way, but because I cause a ruckus when I sleep sometimes. Thank you for your question. Rio also asks, how big are you? Oh, boy, I'm not really sure. Big, I know that. Let me think. I could probably fit a human onto one of my fingernails. even if they were all splayed out. So I'd say about that big. Thank you for your question. Rio also asks, how would you describe humans? I'd say you little humans are like cute little mischief makers. You go around making a cute little mess of things and building your cute little buildings, your cute little landmarks. And sometimes, I admit, it's downright upsetting seeing how the world's changed with expansion and civilization and so on and so forth. But that's part of why I'm here, I suppose. Be big and scary. Scare some sense into you cute little people when your desires get too big for your common sense. So I think it evens out. Thank you for your question. Let's see. Next question. Rio asks, do humans often disturb your sleep? Thankfully not too often, though I spend most of my time sleeping, so it's rare to have someone come into my cave when I'm not asleep. So I suppose if you think about it that way, most of the time when people come to see me, they are disturbing my sleep. Thank you for your question. And Rio's final question. When was the last time someone entered your cave? Boy, recently, I think, a few months ago. But honestly, I don't tend to get visitors but maybe once or twice a year. I try to keep myself as out of the way as possible. Thank you for your questions. Let's see. Next, Saphir asks, I don't have a question. I just wanted to let you know that you are so pretty, my guy. Well, thank you kindly, little one. Thank you for your statement. And Saphir also asks, how do you feel about trans guys? I won't lie. I'm not too sure what a trans person is or how all that works. But I think if I can take up this much space in this beautiful little world of ours, you can take up space to be who you are too. And thank you for your question. And I do believe that's everything. So I'm going to delicately hand back this microphone. There we go. You got it okay? Yeah, I got it okay, thanks. All right, well, thank you so much to the Earth Giant for answering these questions. Thank you all for asking them. I think after this point, I won't have to do any more running around. Everyone else, I think, can fit into my studio, so we'll see. I guess we'll find out in a few minutes. Well, you'll find out in a few minutes. I'll find out in a few hours. But regardless, next up should be the Curious Naga, whose tail should fit just fine. We'll see. All right. On to the next. All right. So, it is time for to record my questions and answers, and I hope you enjoy. So, I have the questions in front of me and will be reading through. So, yes. Mobius asks, have you ever had to eat somebody who hated getting eaten? Oh dear. I would say no, but in truth, I have had a few such cases, yes. Often I find that swallowing someone is somewhat necessary when I need to bring them somewhere, such as out of the forest or a dangerous situation. Most people see a big, hulking Naga, and they do not instantly want to follow it. So, if I must, I will, for the good of others, swallow them and let them back out of my belly once they are in a safe place. It's certainly not the most pleasant for everyone, but it is necessary. Next, Itty asks, bananas, how do we feel? Why are they sticking around? What do they mean for your family? A very interesting intellectual question. Well, I'm not sure how entirely, but bananas have, I imagine, evolved over time to be more desirable, to better preserve themselves, and, of course, to better conduct their life cycles. I am so thrilled to hear that someone such as yourself has taken an interest in such things. Yes. Next, Foyle asks, what is your favorite species of animal? I'm not entirely sure. Perhaps... no, wait. I would say bees. I love bees. They make me happy. I would have a hive of bees in my home if I could. So, yes. Next, Eel asks 2 questions. Number 1. I'm sorry if this question is too personal. Don't worry. But do you shed? How does it feel? And do you need others to help you? or is it something you do on your own? Yes. Yes, I do shed. It's somewhat itchy and a bit uncomfortable, but it feels nice once it's completed. The trouble is, it's a bit different on my upper and lower halves. My more human half has much finer scales, which means that when I shed, it tends to flake off a bit more. It's less of a coat that is being shed, while my tail has more structure and larger scales, meaning it keeps a shape a bit more. Of course, that in mind, usually I can manage it myself by rubbing or gently scratching at the skin to help loosen it and break it off from my body. Though sometimes, if another Naga is present and wants to help, I may accept their assistance, yes. And the second question is, what is your size preference? Do you like to be big or small when it comes to hangouts? I tend to prefer being larger because it makes cuddles easier. I like being able to wrap my friends up and keep them cozy with me. Next, Kate and Kieran ask, how would you spend a perfect day? That is a good question. Perhaps it would be nice to go and see my family for a bit and share a good meal and a few good laughs and have my little sister braid my hair and make flower crowns with her. Yes, that would be nice. Next, Tabby asks, do you have any scale care routines? Goodness, it's a bit hard to maintain certain routines year round. However, I do think that in the winter, when it gets cold and I get tired, I do like to keep a bit of a routine to keep my body warm and my scales tended to, even when I'm not moving so much. So, yes. Let me see. Alright, I believe the last questions are asked by Tiger Gamer, who asks, let me see, 21 questions. So, question 1. Can I have a hug while you answer my questions, please? Of course. Here, my friend. You may, if you would like, rest on my tail, and you can hug me, and I you, while we talk. The second question is, do you have a name? I do, though not one I think you could pronounce easily. The closest approximation I can get would be something akin to Hephaestus, but that is a somewhat poor comparison, and I am bad with names, so you are not required to remember mine. The third question is, what does your cave home look like? Very cozy, full of fur and decorations and paint. Natural paint, of course, though I am envious of the vibrant colours you town goers can get. The fourth question is, how does your Naga hypnosis work, and what does it feel like? Well, it is something like this. My hypnosis allows your brain to silence the alarm bells that go off inside of it when you think you might be in danger. When you are met with a big, large snake man, for example. Normally your brain would tell you this is bad, even if you are comfortable around me. Your subconscious tells you to be afraid, but that hypnosis inhibits that worry. It lets you be more true to yourself. So, for example, if you want to be coiled up, but you have a fear of tight spaces, my hypnosis will let you be coiled up without that fear. Of course, that relaxation also tends to make you quite drowsy. Your emotions becoming relaxed and at peace and unexcitable, unworried. Admittedly, it means I manhandle my hypnotized friends quite a bit. As for what it feels like, it is sort of like your mind is floating. But you are still in control of yourself completely. Your desires are still your own, but you are more you, a relaxed you, like you are in your favorite bed with your favorite blanket and your favorite person, perhaps, and all is warm and right. The next question 5. Who was the first human
that you have ever eaten, and why did you eat them? Was it about... What was it about the experience that made you want to do it again to your other human friends? In a safe manner, of course. Is it an instinctual thing all Nagas feel, or a unique thing that only you felt? Well, the first human that I ate was a good friend of mine. I was not particularly hungry, but he was curious. He had always wondered what it would feel like being eaten, and he asked me to swallow him. So I did. And I felt so whole, so connected to him in that time that he was in my belly. I would regularly ask him to do it again, and he obliged regularly. I believe that, yes, it is something that all Nagas feel. A desire to be full and to be one with another in that way. And it is why I am always so happy to swallow a friend. Yes. The sixth question is, how big of a Naga are you? Nagas are usually bigger than the average human, right? Are you like a mini giant in a way? Well, my friend, I am quite large. And the trouble is I'm also quite long. I believe last I checked I was 20 or so feet long. However, of course, much of that is behind me, not under me, so I do not seem all that tall or intimidating. But yes, I am quite a large boy, as someone once said. The seventh question is, what's your family like? Do you have any parents or siblings, adopted or biological? And would they like to meet your human friends if given the chance? Yes, my family. Well, my parents are beautiful and graceful. They live deeper into the woods than I do, but they are not unfond of humans. I also have a few siblings, 3, two of whom have moved away, but one stays nearby with my parents. I do not know if my siblings would like to meet my human friends, but I know my parents likely would. Next question, the 8th question. Do you have any talents besides hypnosis and being able to eat people safely. XD. Well, I can tie knots in flower stems with my tongue, if that counts. Yes, The 9th question. What's your favorite type of hug you give your friends? Using your arms, coiling your tail, or both? Which type of hug makes you the most happy? When you coil your tail around someone to hug them, do you allow them to have their arms free so they can hug you back? Arms and tail. I like to hold my friends' lower halves in my tail, while their upper halves are held in my arms. That way they may hug me and I may hug them. The 10th question. Have you ever thought about having a pet or animal companion? A friend to keep you company when your human friends aren't visiting you? If so, what kind would you get? Well, I suppose I could. I'm not sure what I would keep, but perhaps it would be nice. And it could encourage my friends to come out and see me more. Yes. The 11th question. What's your favorite childhood story and or memory you have? Oh goodness. Probably. Oh goodness. When we were younger, my siblings and I would climb trees, pull back branches, and fling ourselves from them, go flying through the air. It was terribly dangerous, but great fun. The 12th question is, do you like clothes? What type of clothing do you see yourself wearing? I think you would look nice in a flannel and maybe a sweater to keep you warm during the winter. Oh, that is very sweet, my friend. I could see myself wearing nice fuzzy things like flannel or sweaters, or perhaps just a shirt for decency. Maybe one with a snake on it, or maybe that would be too on the nose. The 13th question is, when is your birthday? Do you ever celebrate it with your human friends? My birthday is March 11th. And yes, sometimes I will celebrate with my family or my friends, and we will play and explore. Yes. The next question is the 14th question. Do you have a favorite season? What is your favorite thing from each season? My favorite thing
from each season would be. Spring is very pretty, and everything comes out. And summer is when I can swim and play in the water. I like fall because it is when I get to forage for things I can't forage for other times. And winter is nice because it lets me snuggle up and keep warm. But I like summer best because I have the most fun. The 15th question was, if you had legs like humans and were able to drive, what kind of vehicle would you choose to drive? I think perhaps a bus or a truck. I think it would be nice to have something that would let me keep my things in it. Yes. The 16th question. Do you have an irrational fear? Oh, goodness. I suppose I am a bit afraid of giant birds. When I was young, I would always be afraid that I was going to get picked up and carried away. The 17th question is, do you know any good jokes? Can you tell us one? Oh, I actually got a book of jokes once as a gift. Let me see if I can remember one. Yes. What do you call a monkey in the North Pole? Lost. It makes me laugh. I hope it made you laugh too. The 18th question. Oh dear, we're getting to the end. 18th question. What makes you feel nostalgic? I would say the smell of cinnamon makes me nostalgic. It makes me think of when my family would go to a pumpkin patch that was out in the woods. They were very kind to us there. The 19th question. Do you have a favorite activity or hobby you like to do? Oh, I like to make paints sometimes. They are not the most advanced, but making dyes and paints is actually quite fun. Sometimes my friends will even make some with me, and we can use some of their equipment. I like it quite a lot. The 20th question is, what is the best advice you can give to someone, and the best advice you have ever received from someone? The best advice I can give is probably also the best advice I have been given. It was from my mother, who told me that an ending does not mean a failure. An ending simply means an ending. You cannot expect to go through your entire life without changing. And to change, some things must end. Your job must end. Your relationships must end. Your enjoyment of something must end. And for many of us, that is very scary. Because we do not want things to end. We want to find joy in something forever. We want to never grow tired of our favorite games. We want to always remain friends with those close to us. And when we feel that end approaching, when we feel change is approaching, it can feel like failure. Because we have been able to go on for so long without this problem. So it being a problem now must mean we have messed up in some way. But that's just not true. Sometimes there is no issue at all, and we are worried for nothing. So it is very, very important not to think of change or of something coming to an end as failure, but rather as a very successful thing for however long it lasted. Yes, that is the advice I would give. And the final question from Tiger Gamer is, may I have a forehead kiss, please? Of course, you may, my friend. So I believe I am supposed to announce who is next. And that is the short Roomie. And he will be in shortly. Assuming I can get out of here without knocking everything over. Alright. And I believe I'm just supposed to hit. Hello everyone. So the time has finally come for boy to finally get to record. And that means that I'm sitting down because I was informed I'd be recording right after a snake guy, and then he recorded forever. I think it was like an hour or something, but it was like really long. So I'm here and I'm sitting down. So hopefully you guys don't mind that. If you do, skip ahead, I guess. Just ignore me. It's fine. I get ignored a lot anyways. So we're gonna do some recording. We're gonna record the Q&A stuff. Apparently you guys asked me some questions. That's really sweet. Wasn't expecting such a warm welcome. But I digress. Let's get on to it. So let's see. Our first question is from Sophie, who asks, how are you doing? I'm okay. Thanks for asking. Our next question is from Aviator, who asks, would you consider giving a giant listener
a throat massage or a stomach massage if they were sick? Would you consider going through their intestinal tract? Oh, jeez. I don't know, man. I mean, I haven't really even eaten my roomie before. Is that safe? Is it safe to, like, go inside someone like that? I mean, yeah, I'd give them a massage for sure. I'm not sure about letting you eat me, but, massage for sure. Thank you for your question, Aviator. Next we got a question from Anon, who asks, what's your perfect date look like? Oh my. Why are we asking this? Is this for a specific reason? Alright, I mean, okay, never mind. I mean, I don't know. Ideal partner size, maybe like 5'1", 6'3", somewhere in that range. Favorite place to eat? Probably like In-N-Out. They got good burgers. I like a good burger. And stuff to do. Maybe like some online co-op. Maybe like a boat ride. Something romantic. I don't know. Oh boy. Let's see. Next, Kieran. Oh, thank you for your question, Anon. I'm gonna miss that a lot, aren't I? Kieran asks, what would your perfect day look like? Going straight from perfect date to perfect day. Probably like getting up nice and early, making some waffles. 2 sets, one for me and one for the roomie. It's always nice getting to like eat together, so that'd be nice. Then if we spend the day together, like honestly anything's good. Bookstore, outdoors, science museum, arboretum. It kind of rhymed. Bookstore, outdoors, science museum, arboretum. No, never mind. Aviary could be good too. But yeah, if I'm by myself, I probably just like kicking back, playing games, doing my 10th run, romancing my girl Carlac, or like, I don't know, experimenting with like fun builds on like Disco Elysium or something. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know if I'm supposed to thank you for like each question or like just for your batches, so I'm gonna just try to go for batches. Let's see. Kieran's other question was, what's your favorite size for your roommate? Is it a case of the smaller, the better? Good question. Honestly, as much as I'd love to say yes, because like, you just really wouldn't get it unless you saw how cute my roommate is at like maybe like half an inch tall. I mean, really, I like him at any size. As a cop-out, but I mean, okay, small is great, because, like, goddamn, they are cute. And sorry for cursing, I know this is supposed to be, like, relaxing, but I mean it. Like, they're so freaking cute. I never met anyone as genuinely adorable and easy to fluster, and it sends me on, like, a little bit of a power trip every time. But they know how to handle me when they're big too. It's honestly pretty flustering for me when they're large and in charge. Like picking me up and holding me. Maybe putting a foot on me sometimes too, you know? It's cool too. But ultimately, my roommate at their usual size is like, you know, well, it's peak too. They're taller than me, duh, so I get teased all the time. And they make fun of me, but, you know, it's all in good fun. It's what I'm used to, you know? So the comfortability factor is there. Like, I don't know, it's like if I asked you to choose between, like, which you prefer between, like, chocolate milk or, like, a fruit juice you'd never tried. Like, the juice is gonna taste great, you know, but like it's not that. Like you've never had it, so it's automatically gonna like place lower because you like what you like, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm like answering all of these really, really badly, being like, I don't know. Sorry. I'm really bad at this, aren't I? Anyway, let's see. Next question. Questions. Oh, thank you for your questions, Kieran. I am gonna forget every time. I jinxed myself. Okay, so next questions are from Foil, who asks, what movies and shows are your favorites? Favorite show would be Gunk on Earth. It's a limited series, and it came out like a while back, so I don't know if it counts as like a show exactly, but I like it, so. And favorite movie? The Breakfast Club, probably. Let's see next. Foil's other question is, what is your favorite species of animal? Emu, probably. Or dragon, if fictional creatures are allowed. So thank you for your questions. I guess we're almost done. Okay. Have I been answering these too quickly? Like, the other guy was in here recording for forever. Like, genuinely forever. Okay, you know what, never mind. I'm not going to question. I'm just going to listen back to this and be like, wow, all my answers were really short and his were really long. And yeah. Flood asks, how has your dynamic changed with your roommate after learning about their size changing abilities? Gosh, not a lot, honestly. For the most part, it's just used for some light teasing here and there. You know, I was kind of annoyed at first because it felt, I guess, kind of unfair to be like, oh, by the way, I can change sizes, so all the height jokes I've been making are completely unfounded, and all the times where you could really have benefited from someone a little taller or a little shorter, you know, I could have helped, but yeah, you know, it's gotten a lot more relaxed now, you know. Now I can make them get me stuff that, like, if it fell in a hard-to-reach space, I can be like, hey, can you go grab that behind my desk or something? And then I get to comment on how cute they are covered in dust and be like, wow, you look good down there. And then they can probably size up to like an extra foot or two taller than me and noogie me. But, you know, I guess on a deeper level, it's really helped us connect. I don't know. We were close before, but my roommate restrained themselves a lot before. We were friends, but it kind of felt hard to know them at times. There were some things that we just wouldn't talk about, or things that they didn't really seem comfortable talking about. And that's not really happened a lot anymore since this. I feel like the experiences have really helped us grow closer and be more vulnerable with each other. So yeah. Gosh, okay. Next question from Flood is, if you could change your size, how often would you change it? Would you be big all the time? Good question. I don't know. The thing is, like, so size changing is like super rare, you know? Like size shifters are really rare. And like most people think it's a myth, kind of like rare. So I feel like I wouldn't want to change my size like all the time, because then I feel like I'd just freak people out. And like I get like the government on my ass or something. But I don't know, like maybe keeping my height roughly in its current ballpark, but like getting like a little bit taller to grab things off shelves, or a little bit shorter to fit into places. Like, that'd be nice. I probably within like half a foot on either side, bigger or smaller. Yeah. And Flood's last question is, what hobbies do you have? Gaming primarily. I don't know if you can really consider that a hobby. I also do research on stuff. Is that a hobby? I don't know, but like I am like one of those like freaks that sits down and consumes like half the information on a game's wiki without blinking. Like the amount of like stuff that I could share on like weird things like robot alchemical drive or whatever. I mean, I could go on for way too long. So yeah, I guess that's all the questions. Let me double check. I definitely answered these way too quickly. There's no way. There's no way. That guy was in here forever. I kid you not. I was like sitting outside for like an hour and a half or something. It was not that long. I'm exaggerating. Oh my god. Okay, well, feel free to flame me in the comments then. Be like, yeah, you answered too quickly. You idiot. You dummy. I'm used to it. So, I feel like I've painted a picture that I'm like a kicked puppy. Everyone ignores me, and the people who don't make fun of me. No, I swear I'm not. I swear. Anyway, yeah, thanks for the questions, though. That was really nice of you guys. I really did enjoy answering them. So, I guess I will go. Oh, I was supposed to tell you guys who's next. Apparently it's a person called the Gentle Friend. So enjoy him, I guess, or her, or them. Gentle Friend, not really telling me anything. I don't know. Apparently they're gentle, so it's cool. And they're your friend, so yeah, I should probably go. Oh gosh, less than 15. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so screwed. Sal's gonna kill me for these answers, isn't he?
Alright. So, hello everyone. I am the one they call the Gentle Friend. I guess I'm here to record some questions that you guys asked, which is really sweet of you guys. I appreciate it. I apologize if you can hear that I'm a bit sick currently, but I wasn't sure how long I'd be sick for, so I figured I'd just go ahead and knock these out of the way. So let's see. I guess I just go ahead and start. I don't know. Am I supposed to say something beforehand? I don't know. Okay. Let's see. First question. I guess questions. So Jeb asks, would you ever hardware? And Mobius asks, have you ever had to eat someone who hated getting eaten? And the simple answer to both of these is not really. I'm not really sure about like all of that. I mostly eat people if they specifically ask me to, or like other things like that. I tend to avoid the, I guess, kind of meaner or teasier interactions unless I'm specifically requested to. So yeah, sorry if that disappoints people. But thank you guys for your questions. Let's see. Next is Sapphire, who asks, how do you feel about trans guys? I like them. I think it's great that you're being who you want to be, so you deserve it. Thank you for your question, Sapphire. Next is Sophie, who asks, how are you doing? Are you okay? Hey, Sophie. Yeah, I'm okay. Like I said, I'm a little bit sick currently, but I'm here. And I think that's a testament to how good I'm feeling overall. So I hope you're doing well as well.
Let's see. Itty asks, bananas, how do we feel? Where are they sticking around? What do they mean for your family? Good question. So, how I feel about bananas, I would personally, I could do with or without them. They're good to have when I do have them, but I very rarely actually have them. So, yeah, I could go without. I wouldn't be morose if someone made them disappear from existence or something. As for why they're sticking around, I don't know, I feel like their flavor mixed with the ease of eating them makes for good snacks. And they're small enough that you're not like stuck eating them for too long, unlike with things like apples, oranges, pomegranates, that kind of thing. And plus, they're soft enough that you can have them at a young age. So they kind of set themselves up as staples in some people's diets pretty early on. So I think that keeps them pretty high up on the desirability scale. As for what they mean for my family, not too sure. I'd have to ask. But hopefully 2 out of 3 isn't bad. Let's see. Thank you for your question, Itty. Next, we got some questions from Aviator, who asks, would you consider giving the giant listener a throat massage or stomach massage if they were sick? Would you consider going through the intestinal tract to help them? Sure, yeah, if that'd help. I trust my friends enough that if they needed to eat me for some help with their stomach, I wouldn't be too scared about it. Could be fun, honestly. And the next question from Aviator was, would you be a lab partner and examine and record how my digestive system worked? Sure, yeah, I'd be happy to do that with you, Aviator. Sounds like fun. So thank you for your questions. I don't know if you're currently working on a project right now, but if you need me, just let me know. Let's see. Next, Anon asks, what does your perfect date look like? Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm kind of like a date in kind of guy. You know, I'd like order a pizza, make it one half for me, one half for them. Unless we want like different sauces, in which case, you know, we could each get like a small or something. Then we can like play board games together. Stuff like Pandemic, Forbidden Desert, Gentle Rain, stuff like that. And we can talk and relax. We can cuddle on my beanbag together. And yeah, no size preference. You can be my size. Let me hold you in my arms. You could be a micro, hang out on my lap or my chest. Or you could be a giant, hug me to your chest. Whatever makes you happiest, honestly. And then Anon and Eel both asked, we've seen you be both big and small, so what's your size preference? Or are you perfectly happy as either? Yeah, honestly, I don't really have a size preference. I tend to be the same size as people I'm around. But I don't mind it, hanging around giants or tinies. Or if a friend of mine wants to be big or small when we're hanging out together. I think whatever makes them the most comfortable is the best for both of us, you know? So if you'd like to hang out with me and be really small, or if you'd like to be really big, that's perfectly fine with me. Whatever you want to do. I'm very, very relaxed when it comes to that kind of thing. Let me see. I guess the last question here is from Trace, who asks, oh, shoot, I don't think I said so. Thank you, Anon and Eel, for your questions. I appreciate it. Let's see. So Trace, sorry about that. I completely forgot. Asks, what are your cute nicknames for your tiny friends? Oh boy. I'd say things like, you know, cutie, little one, teddy bear, pocket friend or pocket protector. Yeah, it's a little bit silly, but yeah, I'd say one of those. Those are good ones. So yeah, I guess that's all the questions. Thank you guys for asking them. I really do appreciate it. I realized that my section was perhaps not the longest, and I apologize. Maybe I could have given some slightly more in-depth answers, but yeah, I was kind of trying to speedrun it a little bit, so I can go and go lie back down. But yeah, thank you all so much. I think what I'm supposed to say here next is the next person who you guys should be hearing from is going to be the Loving Harpy, who is coming all the way out from the bog to say hi, so please treat him nicely. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys all later at some point. Thanks. Goodbye. Well. Did I fool you? Did I make you think you were being visited by the bog mage? You were wrong. It was me. The bog mage's loving partner. The harpy. I'm here to answer your wonderful questions, and I do appreciate you asking them to me. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Our first question is from dearest Sophie, who asks, "How are you doing? Are you okay?" Oh, I'm marvelous as always, my friend. I hope your day's treated you kindly as well. The next question is from dear wonderful Mobius, who asks, "Have you ever had to eat someone who hated getting eaten?" Oh, yes. Many times, actually. Not to get too steamy, but oftentimes, when someone intrudes on my lover's home, they'll shrink the intruder down and have me carry them back in a basket or something. But sometimes, if they really want to prove a point, they'll have me kneel down, open my mouth, and they'll dangle the little intruder over my mouth before dropping them inside. And that's quite the show. And sometimes I even get a blush out of them. I love it. Let's see. Our next question is from the delightful Rio, who asks, "How did you meet your friend/partner?" Well, I can see two answers for this. The first being the friend that I tend to speak with in audios, who is my lover's brother's apprentice. And that's how we met. General apprentice duties led them to me, and we've been great friends ever since. As for my lover, well, it's a very sweet and romantic story. I was but a young harpy, stuck in a cave during a storm. I was injured, and this angel came down wreathed in light. They knelt down, nursed me back to health, and sang a healing incantation that was more beautiful than the diamonds adorning a royal crown. Next thing I know, we're talking about the weather and each other and passionately kissing in the rain. And then flying them back to their humble abode where they insist I stay. And with a voice like that, how could I say no? The next question is from Itty, the lovely, wonderful, eclectic Itty, who asks, bananas, how do we feel? Why are they sticking around? What do they mean for your family? Oh. My lover told me about you, Itty. I hope you know the impact you've made. But that being said, I don't really know what to make of them. They're good. So they're probably sticking around because they're good. Goodness. Let's see. The next question is from the fabulous and ineffable Foil, who asks, what is your favorite species of animal? Griffin. I love griffins. They're so majestic. You really should see one in flight if you haven't yet. In fact, I know of a spot where we could go sometime. If you would like, just visit and say the word. Just say griffins, and I will know. And I'll take you exactly where they migrate. It's beautiful. Just make sure you do it sometime in the spring is when they migrate up here. So keep that in mind. Alright, the next question is from the terrific Trace, who asks, what are your cute nicknames for tiny friends? Oh goodness, there's so many. Flower, seedling, mouse or mousy, my diminutive friend, perhaps dear or tiny, little one, little thing, little dear, little biddle. The possibilities are endless is what I'm getting at. Anything could be a cute nickname if you make it sound cute enough. I imagine I could even call you my little soda pop. And it would be cute. Let's see. Ooh. The next question is from the dynamic duo, the pair of perfection, Kate and Kieran, who ask, what would your perfect day look like? Oh, well, it's a long one, so strap in. First, my lover and I share breakfast. I'm thinking toast, and jams, and fruits. Then they shrink themselves down and cozy up in a basket that I can carry. And then I do that. And I carry it around and I fly. And I sing them songs while we fly about. Songs about us, and about me, and about them, and about the future, and about whatever else I can think of. And I admire the landscape from up so high in the air. And then I help them pick out some ingredients for their potions and magic, and they pretend to be helpless and incapable of doing anything without me, so that I can pretend to be helpful. But we both know that I am not actually that helpful in this situation, because they could very easily do all of this. They are just humoring me. And then, once we've done all that, I return them home, and I sing to them lazily while they work. And I get to admire them, how beautiful they are, how their eyes look like amber in the light, and how they just radiate beauty with every waking moment. And I get to sing and hear them sneaking in harmony to my songs. That is my perfect day. And finally, Sapphire asks 2 questions. How do you feel about trans guys? Are you one of them? Wow. Given that I'm dating someone outside of the gender binary, I suspect my answer's a bit obvious. But I love them. It's actually somewhat shocking to me that more humans aren't transgender. Given how limiting the gender binary can be for some of you. I don't know, that's just me. Point being, good on you for being yourself. You beautiful, delightful creature. And your second question is, would you let me sit on your shoulder and sing you a little song? Of course I would be delighted to. Thank you all so much for your questions. I am delighted. I am honored. And truly, you have all made my harpy heart full. So thank you. I hope I haven't been too theatrical. I tend to get a little bit carried away when I get to talk about myself and nobody's here to stop me, so hopefully you don't mind. But something tells me, if you're asking me questions, you want to hear me talk, so. I'll bid you all adieu, and I will let you all hear the final entry of this extra special Q&A. The final person you'll be hearing from today is the Mean Tiny. I guess we're saving the worst for last. I'm kidding. Don't tell anyone I said that. But in all seriousness, I hope you enjoy, and I hope you have been enjoying this delightful little question and answer. And I hope everyone's treated you very, very well. Alright. I'll talk to you lovelies later. Bye-bye.
Alright. So we've reached the end. We have our final member of the Q&A. And that would be the Mean Tiny, who appears once a year to harass people and call them names. How you feeling, buddy?
You're stupidly tall. Did you know that?
That's not really an answer, but okay.
Yeah. Come on, stop the small talk and shower me with my questions already. Come on.
Okay. Alright, here goes, I guess. So Lyra asks, why are you so mean?
Because come on, bring the mic closer. Come on, because closer. There you go. Goodness, I have to do everything around here. Because I'm so mean because big people are dorky, dumb, and huge, and big and stuff. And sometimes you guys are just so big and, like I said, dorky, and dumb, huge, and like ridiculously massive and powerful and like awesome and like other words like that. And you like someone's gotta just like, you know, knock it out a peg or two, and sometimes that has to be me because no one else is gonna do it. Because everyone else is too scared of you. Because you're so confident and awesome. You're kind of like the Heathers a little bit in that sense, you know, where you're like Heather, and Heather. You know, like like, and like everyone's like, whoa, I want to like make out with them in the back of my minivan, or however the song goes. I don't know. I want to like steal their hair and wear like a wig or something. Like I said, I don't know what the song's like, but point being, like, you're just like so cool that like someone has to remind you that you're not that cool, even though you're kind of that cool. But like someone has to make you think, like you know, give you a little bit of doubt. Make sure that you don't just think that because it's the default, but because you actually are like confident in it. Which what I'm getting at here is you're a bunch of fucking losers. You're big, and like that's like one of the many things you got going for you. So there you go. You can lift the mic. Yeah.
I see. Well, that is all the questions you got asked. So,
Wait, what?
I guess I'll just go ahead
hold on,
and
what?
close out the audio. You just get comfy under my foot and try not to be too loud, okay? All right. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for bearing with me on this project. It's been a long time in the making, and it genuinely wouldn't have been possible without you wonderful people. Thank you, as always, for your continued support and engagement, and for bearing with me through 2025 and into the new year. I sincerely hope that 2026 treats you all well, and I look forward to what comes next for us all. See you all later. Sleep well, folks.